on the Ridgy Didge, the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket, and it's been way more than 6 days. So please don't ever feel like, oh, I'm a failure because it took me more than 6 days, because this one has taken me way more than that. So I'm not even sure, because last time I didn't mark it because I stopped in the middle of the round in disgust. Because I only did a couple rows last time, so let me just mark it. This is all the more I did last time. That shouldn't even count, but it does. It counts. Whatever we did counts. I don't know why that did that. Okay. So let me just mark it, and then I will say how many rows I did, or how many days it's been. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's been 13 days. Today is 14 days. So we are more than twice the expected number of days, which is 6. Can tell I'm on fire today, right, my friends? Okay, so this is it. The 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. This is a pattern that is, I mean, I would say it's in development, but it's pretty much done. I'm just working up this sample, and I can't release it until I have one worked up and I have a sample to photograph it. So that's what I've been doing. And I've recorded the entire process from start to finish. So once it's been released and it's out there, you all can follow along with me the entire time if you can handle listening to me bitch for, hours and hours and hours, because that's where we're at now. Um, I'm just going to adjust my chair. So the yarn that I am using is called Lion Brand Respun. It's a worsted weight recycled yarn. I have 6 colors that I picked out of their colorway, which has, I don't know, like, um, I don't know, maybe like 15 colors. I picked 11 of them to choose from. Um, I bought them and brought them home and swatched them up, and I ended up picking 6 of the 11 colors that I bought. This was my swatch, and these are some of the colors that I didn't choose. I chose this one, and I chose this one, and the rest of them I did not choose. I ended up choosing the colors that I felt excited about, and looking back on it, I think that means that they felt like happy. They made me feel, like they felt more cheerful. And I just kind of left these more like dull, muted, like autumn tones out, and went with like the brighter, kind of more cheerful colors. And then, so I'm doing that, and I am using a Furls Odyssey eye hook, which I believe is 5 millimeters. And I'm a little more than halfway done. That's where we're at. Oh, and the other element to this is the Scented Stitches Stitch Balm, which I wish you could smell, because it smells really good. And the one that I am using for this blanket is called Cheer. And it's from a company called Scented Stitches. And if you want some, there's a link in my bio. You can get it there. It's called Scented Stitches Aromatherapy Stitch Balm. You put it on your finger where you tension the yarn, and it smells nice. We like things that smell nice, and it has been nice to have colors that I feel excited about and a stitch balm that it feels cheerful, because I wasn't planning on being sick this year, and I've been sick for the last few weeks. I'm doing much, much better. Um, it feels like I did have bronchitis. And what happens is, it's like I do better for a little while. Like yesterday, I was like, oh, I haven't coughed all day. Like, I'm doing good. And then I woke up in the middle of the night coughing, and then I woke up this morning and I was coughing again. And it's just like, I don't know what happens. It's like I do good, I'm doing okay for a while, and then I'm like, and then I start coughing again. But I'm much better than I have been, and I'm doing a lot of self care, and so no one needs to worry. I'm fine. I am actually fine. There we go. Let's see. Can I zoom in? It won't let me zoom in anymore. That's weird. Ever since I put that sticker on the screen that one time, now it won't let me zoom in. Maybe it's not letting us zoom in anymore. Maybe it wants us to be in landscape mode, which now they're saying don't do it. It's not, they don't want that anymore. So all the algorithms right now are just a mess. Nobody knows what they want. Everybody's trying to be something else, something other than what they are. So if you're watching on YouTube, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? I thought I heard a comment come in. Hi, Amy Bryson. Hi, Nifty Milanas. Hello. Let me see. Let me just hop over there to YouTube real quick. Let me put my keyboard down. Whoa, why is it so big? Zoom out, zoom out. What the hey? Why is everything weird today? Okay, great. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, I hooked up my microphone. I usually don't use it, but you know, when I was sick, my voice was like, you could barely hear me. So I started turning that thing on. I mean, I have it. I have a, you know, I have a nice podcasting microphone here. So why not use it? Hello, Susan Story says, I love what you're making. Thank you so much. And Toast says, I'm working on my blanket right now. All right, Toast. 2, 3, 4. Usually put you on the TV and watch and mute the phone so I can chat. Hi, Amy. How you doing? Thanks for following. Y'all, if you're not crocheting, tap the screen for me and send the likes. I don't know what these algorithms are doing, but it's, you know, it's changing all the time. Um, but I mean, if you're crocheting, I totally get it. I'm not going to sit there and tap the screen when I'm crocheting. Crochet comes first. Let's see. I think, what's up, Alyssa? Chiefs won the Super Bowl, so I don't have to work tomorrow. I mean, wasn't that on Sunday? Did they give you off the whole week or what? That's crazy. I only watched part of the Super Bowl, only because I felt like I had to. And I watched the halftime show. Um, and I don't I don't want to say anything bad because I hate that. But I always think this about the halftime show of every year, no matter who the artist is. Why do they try and do a medley of so many different songs? Like, why not just do a couple of songs, like three or four at the most, and keep it, like make make it flow instead of doing just like a few bars of so many different songs and having so many different things. And it's like as soon as you start like falling into it a little bit and being like, yeah, this is cool, then they change and do something else. They sent a staff survey asking how many staff would be absent. Oh, come on. You know everybody's going to be absent. Give me a break. Oh, who's coming? No, ain't nobody coming. No one's coming to work. Get with it. Reminds me of that meme where they're like, bosses, it's a car like buried in snow. You can barely see it. And it's like, bosses be like, you're still coming to work? No, we're not coming to work. Come on. No one in town's going to work. Did I pass that marker? Yes, I did. I'm going to get my hair and my nails done tomorrow. It's really a nightmare over here. I waited too long. It's because I've been sick. I was supposed to go 2 weeks ago to get my hair cut, and I was sick, and I couldn't go. And now I'm going, and I still feel like I'm too sick to go drive to Norfolk for the day. You got your nails done today? I really need it. I really need to go. I really need my nails done. I wanted to film a tutorial today, and I was like, I can't film with my nails looking like this. Not to mention, they're snagging everything. I don't like when they fall off by themselves. I was really trying to not let that happen this time, but like five of them fell off. But I actually do think that I prefer the dip over the acrylic. Um, and then we'll see. I'm gonna go to a different place tomorrow because last time I went, they had talked me into doing the dip instead of the acrylic. They took my acrylics off last time, and then they said you should get dip. It would be better for your nails because they're so thin. And I was like, okay. And then they were like, because we're gonna soak it off and we're not gonna grind it off, like we're not gonna file it off. So the next time I went in, they must have forgotten that I had dip and not acrylic, and they were like filing it. And I was like, why are we filing? Why are you filing it? Why are you filing it? Stop filing it. Well, they didn't really listen because I complain all the time because my nails are so thin that I don't like getting them filed with that little machine. and they had filed them down really good the time before, and my nails just can't take it. And I was like, why did you tell me to do dip if you were just going to file it off anyways? And she was like, oh, we did dip. I forgot. We have to soak it off. So then after I had all that filing done, then they're going to soak it off. I was really upset. Thank you, Alyssa. I think I'm going to get this same uh, purple. I cannot stand it. I hate it. But you know what I hate worse is when the nail peels off, or when they go to take it off, and it just tears my nails. Hi, Gail Cheney. Oh, hi, Pat. I didn't see Pat. Yeah, it peels too much. Are your nails thin, Alyssa? Mine are really thin, and they would just rip them off when I first started getting acrylics. And I saw them ripping Maya's off one time, and she was just sitting there like it was nothing. And I said, "Doesn't that hurt?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, it hurts me." They're ridgy didgy. Yeah, my ridges aren't too bad, but they're just really thin. I used to file mine to points like stiletto nap. Oh my goodness, I would not be able to crochet like that. Wow, it's so sad. Last time I was here, I only did 3 rows. I just haven't been feeling great. Okay. I shouldn't wipe my nose with that hand because that's the hand that has the scented stitches on it. Now I have it right under my nose. Then they want to sand their edges. Ugh. I just like this pinky. This pinky came off, and you can just like, I guess I have to put it right there. You can't see it because it's out of you can just practically see right through my nail. It is paper thin. Paper. And they don't believe you. I've had nail, techs who were not paying attention, and just went right through my nail before. Okay, I need to know when you color change for that. This one's the Ridgy Didge. You change between 5 and 6, and you replace the double crochets with front post double crochet. That's the Ridgy Didge stripe. You always have trouble with the valley. What do you mean? Oh, you can do it on the Superstar too. When you do it on the star blankets, and I'm getting ready to release these two, but I did the Star, Superstar, and Supernova all with Ridgy Didge, and I sent them to testing, and I was going to release them on the first of the month. On the testers, brought them all back and everything. Space is supposed to be big. People worry, are way too concerned about that space between the um the decreases in the valley, and then they pull it really tight, and then those will be the same people that say my blanket's all wavy, it's not lying flat, or it's not as wide as I thought it would be. It does not really have to be as tight as you think. I was talking about the Ridgy Didge Star, Superstar, and Supernova. So I had them all done. They all went through testing, and I started like going through them and doing the edits. And then I decided to do a bunch of progress pictures. And so I've been working on that, and I haven't released them yet, but they're coming. My poor testers, I owe them all an email. But the way you do it on the star blanket is you flip the blanket after round 5, and then you do front post double crochet instead of double crochet. I had the lady that came up with this stripe, she goes by D Louise. She does not flip hers. She just does back post double crochet. But I like the flipping. I like the blanket having the ridge on both sides and having a two-sided blanket instead of a one-sided blanket. Um, Bye, Gail. Um, but there's different ways to do it. Hey, Brienne. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Whoops. I think I figured out the last time I was on here that I had 8 or 9 stripes to go after this one. Nope, that's not right. Because my last stripe will be this color. So it's 1, 2, 3. So I have 2, and then, yeah, 8. 8 more after this one. Still seems like a lot. This blanket feels like it will never end. Hey, Amanda. I am. I'm ready to switch and do something else. But I have a lot of other things going on in the background. I know. Somebody wants me to do the Great Granddaddy next. And then someone else suggested I do the Chaos Blanket as a crochet along. That was suggested in the McKnitiverse tonight, which I think might be a cool idea. When people do crochet alongs, they release it like piece by piece, and I've never done that. For one thing, I like people to read the entire pattern before they start. I mean, I get that, but you do need to know what's coming, you know? Even if you don't read the actual stitches, reading all the little notes and all the little instructions in between um, is good. I usually try to put everything important up in the front in the introduction before I give any stitches, so I can kind of let people know what's coming. But I noticed it's just like a lot of things people don't read, or they don't want to read, or they just go to the video and they don't look at the pattern at all. So that's challenging for me because um I'm giving all the information in the pattern, and then people are just ignoring it. I missed my valley 3 double crochet. Good. Okay. Josh says, what hook to use? I use the Furls Odyssey. May they rest in peace. I bought a bunch of them on the last restock, and then the other day, one of them was defective that I got. I don't have the heart to throw it away. I just put it in my one of my mugs here. Oh yeah, they're great. If you're willing to pay, you can get them out of the Facebook group. There's a Facebook group that for reselling them. But people are charging like $50, and they used to be like 38. But in my opinion, um, it's needed. I think this is the defective one. It's got one of those little things on it right there that snags the yarn, and it's got something up here at the top. It looks like it's actually cracked, and that snags the yarn too, but I can't bear to throw it away. So I don't know, maybe if like I have one that breaks or something, I'll just use it for the handle. I don't know what can be done. Their customer service is good. They were really nice about it. Um, I just, they refunded the hook, and I bought it back in like October or something. And I would prefer to have had another hook, to be honest. I mean, before I invested in one, I would try one. If you have a crochet group, if somebody that has one that will let you try theirs first and see if you like it. I think it's a very personal thing. Just because I like it doesn't mean you will, you know. My my sister holds her hook like this. She doesn't like it. She can't use it. Some people, it's the hook is too heavy for them. Hurts their fingers. It's the reading stitches that my brain just can't do unless I'm crocheting. I mean, I get it, but that is one thing I tell people who are new to pattern reading is read the entire pattern before you start, even if you don't understand. Because no one understands the stitches, you know, the abbreviations and stuff. You don't really get it until you're doing it, but it is good to look over the whole thing so you know what's coming. It's like reading music, like sight reading music. If you play music, you might be able to I mean, I know I can't do this. I can't just look at sheet music and sing along, and be like, "Oh, this sounds like this or this or this or this." Like I have to get my instrument out and I have to use it, like play it and count it out and all those things, and it doesn't start sounding right until you really get the hang of it. But you got to look through the whole thing first so you know what's coming. You know what to expect. I have one of the other Furls resin ones, and the necks are too long. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the resin ones, although I have them. I have some of them because I think they look great in photographs. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Josh. I'm gonna make some little updates to it. I'm starting with the Ridgy Didge star, and I'm trying to make it even more beginner friendly, and with more pictures. you have to, when you're doing progress photos, so the way that I usually design is sometimes I don't even make the thing that I'm designing. I just write it up and then I put it in my membership community. Like that chaos blanket is in the membership community already, but it's a draft because obviously I'm not done with it yet. This pattern is drafted in the membership community um, because I just write them up and then I make them. So, um, and then sometimes I make it as I'm figuring it out. So I don't do progress photos. So you don't even know what progress photos you're going to need until you make the thing up, and figure it out. And a few people look at it. And, anyways, I'm not good at doing that. But I'm doing progress photos for the Ridgy Didge star. And I filmed a little bit, a new tutorial for the star blanket, and I took some new progress photos for that. So I'm going to try and do more progress photos for you guys and hints and make it even more beginner friendly. Because I wouldn't say it is beginner friendly now. I would say it's easy, but I wouldn't call it beginner friendly. Beginner friendly means you don't know really how to crochet, or you only know the stitches or know very basic stuff. So if you're a raw beginner, you can do it, but you're gonna struggle. You're gonna work at it. It's not set up for beginners, but it is an easy pattern. I think anyone with a little bit of um, you know, a little bit of effort can do it. But I love seeing how many people are making the star. It's really great. And it's really fun to have, like I have my Facebook audience and they like make a lot of baby blankets and make blankets for family members and charities and wedding gifts for their children and things like that. And then I've got my TikTok audience, and you guys are, oh, thank you. I don't know what just happened, but thank you. You guys are, like, um, you're just like a different audience. You have different, you're my Star Blanket kids. What can I say? I really love how you stress to lay your work out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we have all been there where we're just like hyper focused and we're just crocheting, 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 and not really looking at what we're doing. And then we lay it out and it's like, it's going sideways or something. If I wanted to do a star that's big enough for a full size bed, how many repeats would you do? It just depends on what kind of yarn you're using. If you're doing, um, like I've made a few lately with really chunky yarn, like I've done Woolly's Thick and Quick and the Karen Ogo, the 5 weight Ogo Colorama, I think it's called, which is also discontinued, but I have a whole graveyard of it that I have been using up since Stash Bust September. I'm still going with that stuff. Um, I made a bunch of star blankets with that, and they like if you do the the really thick yarn like that, you don't need to do very many repeats. I've done the Jiffy, the Lion brand Jiffy. I did that Sweetheart star blanket for my daughter, 4 weight Karen 1 pound. I mean, I don't really know the answer offhand. I think it's in the pattern though, Fran. I think it says in the pattern how many to do. Probably like 5 repeats, 5 or 6. You can always do more, you can always do less. That's the nice thing about the star blanket. You can always adjust it, you can stop, you can keep going. You can do another repeat. You can end on row 4 or row 7. You can't do that with the regular 6-day kid blanket. You have to end on 4. Well, you don't have to, but if you end on 7, your top and bottom are not going to be symmetrical. Ugh. I don't feel like driving all the way to Norfolk for my haircut. I know I'm going to be tired and worn out from doing that. Probably for at least a day. Thursday is going to be unproductive because of that. I can't believe I unplugged my overhead and I was like, what's wrong? Crying like a baby over it. My gosh, I need help. I need help. I think for my next project, I'm going to do the viral 6-day kid blanket. That pattern comes with instructions on how to make it bigger. So all of the, hi Cindy, the the baby blankets only, come in baby blanket size. The adult, quote unquote, adult size blankets, so you're doing the viral one. The viral does have resize options. I'm doing better. I'm still dragging and I'm coughing. I mean, how much bigger do you want to make it? I think the one um, in the pattern, the one in the pattern is the one behind me here. If you look on YouTube, and it fits a twin size bed. It's really big. It's like a bedspread. Yeah, that it's already sized for a twin bed. If you pop over to YouTube and look at me there, you can see it over my shoulder. The one from the pattern, it's exactly the one from the pattern, the one that I have here. They're big. The quote unquote adult size 6-day blankets are big. They're twin size. But it does have resize instructions, and I have a resize video, although I need to redo that video. I think I need to do a swatch and resize video for each of those blankets. Also, you should join my Facebook group because there are a lot of free resources in there. And then someday I'm going to hire a virtual assistant to take that whole frequently asked questions guide that I have over there and put it on my blog. Because there are just a ton of resources and a lot of questions answered. Yeah, that's a twin bed behind me. It's all the way up to the pillow, and it's just as far on the other side as it is here. It's like a bedspread. I bought the pattern because I'm lazy and hate ads. Well, I don't blame you. I don't like looking at ads either. I am surprised that people actually do that. I'm surprised that works. But yeah, I can just tell you from my stats that more people just do the website than buy the pattern. But I do okay on pattern sales, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Yeah, they're all big like that. And then the man blanket is even bigger. Oh yeah. I mean, I get it. I would just buy the pattern. It's only $4. I haven't raised my prices in like 3 years. I should raise my prices. I have not raised my prices on my patterns in a while. They're still $4. At least I think that's what they are. Yeah, I was looking at I think I bought somebody's pattern the other day and it was their pattern was like 6.95 for this little thing. This I don't remember if it was a hat or what it was and I was like, "Wow, they're charging 6.95 and I only charge $4." But I charge an entire dollar more over on Etsy. And I think I'm going to raise my prices even more on Etsy because I spend more time over there answering questions and responding to people who leave these horrible reviews and scathing, mean reviews about what a horrible person I am because they can't find their download. You're funny. I mean, I have that. You bought it on Etsy for 4. Okay. Um, yeah, but Etsy, for whatever reason, it is not straightforward to download their patterns. And I think the first time I bought a pattern over there, I was like, where is it? I think I had to reach out to the designer, and now I'm really embarrassed that I did that. But they just do not make it easy to get your pattern, and they should make it. They should make it better. They should make it better. Yes, they do literally email it to you, but some people don't get those emails. Or a thing that I have seen happening lately is people use Apple Pay, and so they have that sign in with Apple user, and then they have some fake Apple email ID, or you know, it, it's a struggle. Let me tell you, it is a struggle. And then sometimes people will complain about things that, they seem like legitimate complaints, but they're really unfair. They feel unfair. Um, like I had someone say in a review, Betty doesn't use stitch counts in her patterns. And I was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. That isn't accurate. That's not an accurate statement. And well, I just think everybody should know that you don't use stitch counts. And I'm like, but that's not true. So I reported that one to Etsy, and Etsy was like, no, we really want the customer to know what they're getting into. And just like, But, it's just my personality is like kind of know-it-all and bossy. And so I don't like being wrong. And I think that's the real problem. When someone reviews me, I don't get perfect. I'm like, but they're wrong and I'm right. It's just mostly my personality. I get butthurt. I think that's the word. My sister's on here laughing like she knows. She's way more bossy than me, though. Man, I'm like a kitten compared to her. When she gets on about something, I'm just like, you are right. You are right, and I am wrong. Let me just go sit in my corner and crochet. You wonder what my zodiac sign is. What do you think it is? I know, Danielle, I know, right? Because, like, if you're making this uh, gigantic star blanket, does it really help you to know that it has 497 single crochets around? No. It helps to know that there should be this many from this point to this point. Not a Scorpio. My ex-husband was a Scorpio, though. And we did not get along. I'll just tell you that. Nope, not Aries either, but that's a good guess. I think I read somewhere that Aries would be a good match for me. Forgot that I used the email I never used and I couldn't find it for a hot minute. That happens sometimes too. People, they have a different email on their credit card or something. So that does happen from time to time. But literally, I will help you if you're nice to me. Like uh, you can say anything to me. Just say it nice. If you just like reach out and you're like, I don't, I can't find it. I'll just give it to you. But if you email me and say, like some of the emails I get are just like, it's hard to say this because some of you might be listening to this, but they'll just say, I bought your pattern and I paid $4 and charged it on my credit card and it never came. Will you please resend it to me? They don't say, they don't give me a purchase number. They don't even, I sell patterns on Shopify, Ravelry, Etsy. I think there's other places too. I don't even remember. Annie's. I sell patterns through Annie's. And it's like, um, okay. And not to mention, I sell like, I don't know, 100 patterns, 87 patterns or something like that, plus bundles. And they're like, I bought your pattern. I bought your 6-day pattern. They're all called 6-day. I bought your 6-day pattern and it never came. Can you email it to me? Like, um, I need more information. It's not enough information. I don't, you have to tell me what you bought, where you bought it, so I can check into it. What's your favorite hook? The Furls Odyssey. I mean, Manda, I was apparently supposed to be a Taurus. My due date was May 21st, and I was born on May 25th. And the reason I know that is because my mother, um, for many years would call me on the 21st and say, well, you were supposed to be born today. You were 4 days late. You were my biggest baby. You're late for everything. So, no, I'm a Gemini. I was born on a full moon. Total count would be horrible for the star blind. Yeah, I purposely left them off because I was noticing, like, I noticed that people ask, the wrong questions sometimes when they're struggling with the star blanket. Like, what should my stitch count? How many stitches should I have from here to here? Well, it would be, it might make you feel better to know that, but if you don't have, the stitches in the right places, then it could, or you don't know why your stitch count is off, you probably need to go back a round or 2 rounds and fix something that, maybe you can fudge it and end up with the right stitch count, but you're going to repeat that round, 3-4 rounds from now and make the same error and be frustrated again and want to know your stitch count again. Wouldn't you rather know what you missed or what you misunderstood or misinterpreted or what you're doing wrong so that you don't do it every time? A lot of people just don't want to rip. They will do anything to avoid ripping out. And I think it's beginner crocheters who don't crochet very fast. So the thought of having to rip back is like death to them, because it took them so long, and they're trying so hard. And it's like, oh no, I have to rip the whole thing out. Meanwhile, like I have stuff I've ripped out. When you design, you rip stuff out all the time. You just rip it out and redo it. But I crochet pretty fast, so it doesn't, it's not a big tragedy for me. Um, Manda, I think I'm a fire sign in Chinese zodiac. Somebody told me one time, they said, "Oh, you're fire. That's why you're so good with the internet and you keep going viral." Because the internet is fire. That's what they said. Thanks for sharing the live. So I still haven't, let me see, how many yellow stripes do I have? This is the third one. And I still haven't finished. I still have not finished one skein of yarn. Frogging anything hurts my heart even after 20 years of crocheting / knitting. I don't care. I will frog it. I will frog the whole thing. I get to the end and I'm like, I don't like this. Just finished my first star blanket for my girlfriend. I'll definitely be making one for myself. Oh, that's nice. Congratulations. I hope you tagged me in it when you made your TikTok. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Oh. Somebody way back when asked me what this yarn is made out of. It's made out of recycled plastic. And hello, handmade by Nashe. I really like the idea of using a recycled yarn, but um, I probably won't use this one again, to be honest. It's like, it's splitty, and if I ever were to use it again, I'd use a little smaller hook. It's been a little bit of an adjustment to use it. It's not, uh, the colors are wonderful. If you like using a streamline hook instead of a tapered hook like what I use, you might have an easier time with it. Hey, Amanda. I see you there. You still here, Amy? Are you crocheting tonight? What you working on? Ridgy Didge. Ridgy Didge. Oh yeah, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Dark denim is next. on the ridge row. Hi, Andy. I am making the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. So you got one full repeat of all the colors after these. Let's see. I have this uh blue dark denim and the orange just called amber, and then a full repeat. So this is number, I don't remember what number stripe it is, but it's the first of 8 that I have left. So I have this one, and then I have 7 after this. How many skins does it take? I don't know yet. So far, I've only used one of each color. This is the ridgy row. So I'm going to do front post double crochet instead of double crochet. And then when you get to the peak, you do 3 in the peak and you work into the top of the stitch and not around the post of the stitch. I'm using the Lion brand Respun bonus bundle, and they have quite a bit of yarn on them. I have 3 skeins of each color, but I'm over halfway done and I haven't even gone. They have 658 yards per skein. So I'm gonna have a lot left over. I'll probably have enough for another whole blanket. I know what you meant. Thanks for sharing the live. Appreciate. Where's Andrew tonight? I wish I was at home crocheting on my lunch break at work. Oh man, don't you hide a little project in your desk? A little emergency crochet? Well, thanks for sharing the live to Andrew. Oh, thank you for the heart puff. Appreciate it. Nice. Please come right back. Please come right back. Please come right back. There's Andrew. We got him to come over. Let me just take a little break here. Do my hands. Did you guys see that burn I did on my arm? You can practically see the, well, you can see the lines on the handle of my roaster. It's the same one I burnt my finger on a few weeks ago. Remember that burn I had? There you go, TikTok. You can see the handle, those little vertical lines. It's like made an exact imprint of the handle on my arm. Branded me. This is the face blaster. Yeah, it really hurt. Got me good that time. Nah. It was a good one. I got it, I'm not gonna lie. It got me good. But it's alright. It's already healing. Are y'all stopping to stretch your hands with me, or are you just watching me do it? Shoo! Shoo! Excuse me. Thank you. Your shoulders are sore. I've been doing Bikram yoga, so the eagle posture arms really help. You want your thumbs close to your face. Okay, your thumbs should be pointing toward your face. Don't try to go like this. That does nothing. Cross your arms and then try to bring them around. Even if you can't bring your palms together, Still keep your hands with your thumbs towards your face. Don't twist your arms. And breathe, and then switch and put the other arm underneath. Never had issue with my shoulders before. It's just been while pregnant. Well, when you're pregnant, I mean, people think about their stomachs getting really big, but um, you know, there's there being pregnant affects your whole body, and um your there's hormones that make your joints and muscles really loose, and so you don't have the support that you need. um so your shoulders feeling more loose, or if you just aren't as mobile or leaning on them, as aren't moving around as much, aren't keeping up your strength, if you have any kind of strength practice. um there it goes, it's back, yay. You're welcome, Andy. I have a somatic crochet and knitting meeting every month, and you can sign up for it through the link in my bio. It's next Tuesday night, and I do exercises and breathing exercises and lots of self-care. We talk about crochet and knitting as self-care practice, and we do stretches and different body practices, some breath work, meditation. We talk about different ways that we um, use our crochet for our mental health. And we do a little bit of energy work too. Because whether you realize it or not, everything is energy. Our bodies are made and powered by energy. So when you're holding something in your hands and creating it with your hands and with your mind and with your creativity, you are putting your energy into that thing. So we talk about just different ways to be intentional. And some of my, my membership, my member community, I have people that have been in there with me for years. And the stuff that we talk about is just like part of our culture in that group and in our meetings. And it's a very supportive group of people. We used to meet a lot more often than we do now. I just got busy at the end of the year, and then I haven't been I haven't been well this year. Plus, I've been going live quite a bit to work on this. But hopefully, I'll finish this one up soon. I think I'll have some time this weekend. Crochet is definitely my anxiety relief. Yep. Well, if you have any kind of anxiety, it's good to be aware of your breathing. So I do teach breath work, and we do breathing exercises in my meetings. But they're free. They're on the third Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and it's held over Zoom. Amanda, I think you're in the membership now, aren't you? Didn't you join like last week or recently? Hopefully you'll be able to come to some of our meetings and we can get to know you. They're a lot of fun. I don't remember what row. Was I on row 2? I was in the middle of a row when I started. I think it was row 2. I just felt myself kind of starting to fade. I always fade around this row because it's the one that not yet someone else did when we were discussing it. Okay. Well, you should join. You would love it. You're due pretty soon, right? Thanks for sharing the live, Amanda. Gotcha. Okay. Yep, you don't need any additional stress. I'm still debating on going live while finishing up this hat that I'm making. Okay. Hey, Jolene. Good to see you, my dear. So, Pat, how's Bikram yoga going for you? Are you still practicing? I only went once this week. The reason is because I keep getting people that I don't want in my guest box. Well, turn it off. I don't even respond to those. I don't even know if I'm getting requests or not, but I have my phone up there and then I'm watching my own TikTok live on my desktop computer and I'm signed in as OBX Crochet. So OBX Crochet is also me. The other reason is because people keep coming and going instead of staying. Well, I mean, you don't have any control over that. Oh yes, I played hooky today because of the snow. So I do it at home. I have an unlimited membership and for the live streaming, so I just live stream it at home and I put a heater on. It's great. And then nobody knows if I sit down for some of the postures. How can you sign in under another name? I have a second account. So I just sign in under my second account on this device, and I'm live on this device so you all can watch me, but I'm watching my own live on a second device as OBX Crochet, Outer Banks Crochet, which you all should follow that account. Yeah, you just make a second account. Do you have a second TikTok account? You're supposed to have a backup account. Well, you just sign in, you go live on your account, and then you sign in on a second device using using a different device, and then you watch the you watch as that's how I do it. So whatever guest requests or whatever are coming in, they're coming in on this. I don't even know if I'm getting those, but I just ignore them. If you don't want to have guests on your live, don't have guests on your live. People get so weird on this app. There is so much weird drama that goes on, and to be honest, whenever I see it, I just block those people. And there was somebody the other day that took the time to make a TikTok and said, "You know what? You're not following me back. I'm following all these people and supporting you, and you're not following me. So from now on, I'm not following you, and you're not following me." And I was like, "That's enough." And I unfollowed that person. I was just like, this is social media. Don't None of us know any of us each other. Yeah, just you know, I have moderators on here too. Andrew is my moderator. My sister Amy is a moderator. Amanda is a moderator, and they just take those people out. If anyone's being annoying, they just mute them for the live. You just, you know, you have to just be in charge of your space on your platform. And if people don't like it, or they think that they need to be on your live when you don't want them on your live, or they think that you need to pay attention to them when you don't want to pay attention to them, or they want to cause drama when you want to crochet in peace, you just block those people. My moderators aren't. Yeah, just get rid of them. And then just, if there's someone on your live and they're commenting a lot, you just make them a moderator. You know, they're hanging out, you make them a mod. You know, if there's someone that's there a lot of the time, like Andrew, when I first started going live, Andrew was here every time. He was always here. He always showed up. He always was, you know, like engaging. And so I just made him a moderator. And then my sister, you know, like if it does something wrong, like I just won't invite her to my beach house anymore. I mean, I trust her, but yeah, you don't have to let anybody into your onto your platform. And I heard someone recently said it like this. They said, um, and personally, I don't usually clap back at people. I just goodbye, you know. They're just gone, because there's no point in engaging. That's what the trolls want. They want to argue with you. They want to fight with you. You're never gonna change their mind. You're never gonna get, you know, any sense out of those people. You cannot rationalize with an irrational person. They want to cause drama. And because the drama brings, engagement and the algorithm and all that stuff. But somebody said recently, they said, if I wouldn't let somebody come into my house and criticize me and tell me, what a terrible person I am, or criticize the way that I look. People don't usually criticize the way I look. That would be difficult if they did, but I know like other people that I know who are YouTubers say they get comments about their appearance and things like that, and it's just like, dang. But they said, if somebody is on my platform and they are talking, they're talking to me in a way that if they were in my house speaking to me, I would be uncomfortable. They were like, then they just don't belong on my platform, and I just remove it. And I just find that is the best thing to do most of the time, is just remove it. I don't usually clap back, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I usually regret it. Hi, Jamie Marie Crafts. You're just defending yourself. Yeah, but it doesn't. So the thing is, they don't care. They're bullies. Remember bullies from middle school? They wanted to see you cry. They laugh when you react. They feed off of the negative energy. If you don't give them that energy, they will move on to somebody who will. And you will be crocheting in peace. You do not have to leave any comment on your page. I'll never forget. I used somebody's comment and responded to a video with a video to somebody's comment one time, and then they blocked me, or I blocked them or something, and they kept making new accounts to say, but you're not letting me respond, and you used my comment, and that's not whatever, da 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 da. And I just kept blocking, and they just kept making new accounts just to come over to my page and and keep the argument going. And I was like, I can't imagine, like that would be my life, that I would have time to just make a bunch of new TikTok accounts just to go back and complain on someone's page. Like, move on, move on. So yeah, you don't need those people. Just, protect your space, protect your peace. Yeah, that's crazy, right? I was just like, finally, I was just like deleted the video because I was like, this really isn't that important to me. But it was one of those arguments, if I buy a pattern, I can do whatever I want with it. I should be able to do whatever I want with it. Nobody can tell me what to do. And I just started reading. When I saw things like that I didn't like, I just started blocking people. Even if I was like in a comment section and I didn't like the way somebody was responding, I would just block them. And when I first got on TikTok, if somebody had crochet in their name, I would follow them. They had crochet or knit or so and so's creations, or whatever, and they were clearly a crocheter, I would follow them. And then I started seeing things in comment sections I didn't like, or certain people being in the drama repeatedly, and I just started blocking it. I just blocked it because I don't want to be part of that, you know? there's no reason not to. You know, you can find your own following and find your own little family of people in the crochet world, and you do not have to put up with trolls. You don't have to put up with anyone who is, you know, asking to be a guest on your live. You don't want them in there. You can just, some people do live for drama. They do. It's called negative pleasure. It's a real thing. I mean, we all, there, negative pleasure is a real thing. It's like when you gossip or you hate someone and you wish bad things on them, and it kind of feels good to do it. Like, we all have a little bit of troll in us, you know? We all have that. But at the end of the day, it's like what Amanda said, you feed the troll or you feed the, you know, you feed the positivity. Which one are you going to feed? Which one do you want to grow? Because the one that you feed is the one that's going to grow. And engaging with it to defend yourself, or engaging with it to try and make a point or change, there's no point. They're bullies. They are bullies. They live for the drama. And they also, you know, the drama brings people to their page and they get a bunch of followers and they think, you know, oh, great. They build these big followings. But you know what? You don't really need a lot of following. You don't need that many followers to do well. And some people that have, you know, have big followings, they're not, you know, maybe not making as much money as it seems. That's what I'm gathering just watching some people on here. You don't need a following, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers on here does not translate to money or income or business, you know, necessarily. So you don't need it. You don't need anyone that treats you like that. I think the person that I was talking to left the live, but it's okay. Maybe they decided to go get on a live themselves and take my advice and block the trolls. Block them trolls. Oh, you're still she's still here. Okay. That's my pep talk. It takes a while to you know, I don't know if thick skin is really the the right term for it, because I'm not gonna lie, it definitely takes me out. Like uh you know, a few weeks ago when I wasn't really feeling great, and like, you know, I was sick, I had bronchitis, and I was having a more difficult time like being patient with my customers and um you know, answering questions or putting up with people like making mean comments on YouTube or wherever they were making them. And you know, it was hard. It's there are some days when um you know, it's really hard. And back in like November or something like that, that kid that made the video of the star blanket went viral and it was reposted in a bunch of places. And I was like going around on one of them that had like millions of views on it. I said, hey, I would have loved to have been tagged, you know, since this is my pattern. And oh my God, the things that people said to me from that comment. Um, you're not original. My grandmother made this, you know, like, who do you think you are coming on somebody's video and demanding credit? Like, this isn't your pattern. I've seen this everywhere. Anyone can make a star blanket. Um, people calling me names and just tearing down my character. And, uh, I would never follow you just based on what you've written here. And I'm like, oh my God, like all I did was say, I wish I had been tagged in this, in this video of my pattern. Um, and the creator ended up editing the video and tagging me, but they didn't want to because that impacts the algorithm, and then it doesn't, it doesn't go as far. And I ended up deleting my comment because I was just horrified and really impacted by the negativity on that. Like, I was just trolled in that comment section. And I couldn't not look at it. I couldn't not look at it. So we're all vulnerable to that stuff. But putting yourself out there on social media is not easy. It is not easy. Hi, Tracy. You're working on the third pattern. It's the 6-day Ridgy Didge Supernova. Wonderful. I haven't even released that yet, but I have all the videos up there. You can just follow along. I got a little behind. Those Ridgy Didges should have been up already. And then I have some of the things that I have coming. I'm working on the Chaos Blanket, which I've been teasing a bunch. And I have a pattern that's already on my site, but I published it as a premium pattern, but I'm going to relaunch it as a free pattern, and it's called the Half Moon Goddess. And believe it or not, you guys, it is not a 6-day pattern. What do you know? So I have that coming. And then I'd like to do crochet alongs for my beach house blanket and my star shawls, star and superstar shawls that I did last year for knitting fever. Half Moon Goddess is a beautiful pattern. Thank you, Amanda. You've made a bunch of them, and every single one is gorgeous. You wear it often. I wear mine a lot too. That is probably like my most worn thing that I've crocheted. It's very easy to wear. It doesn't slide off your shoulders. We did a crochet along last year for it in the McKnitiverse. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more row. Let's see, how's my battery doing? Oh, my battery's still going strong. Maybe I'll keep going until the battery dies. It's 9:26. I don't know, how long have I been on here? An hour and 45 minutes. Yep, I'm coming to the end of my time. And Andy, to get back to you, there haven't been a lot of people coming on lives and stuff lately. TikTok is weird. Hey, Sunshine's creation. It is called um, Scented Stitches Aromatherapy Stitch Balm. It's an aromatherapy balm that you put on your finger where you tension the yarn, and then as the yarn glides over it, um, the scent gets into the yarn, and then you have a scented project. And just because everybody asks me, and you're probably going to ask too, what is it? How does it do after you wash it? And the answer is I don't know because I haven't gotten that far. But I've been using this has it's about halfway empty and I'm about halfway through this blanket. So I've been using it um on the blanket. There's if you check the link in my bio, I got a bye Amanda, have a good one. Crochet Mama. um what was I saying? Oh, the stitch balm. The link is in my bio, in my link tree. Scented Stitches Aromatherapy Stitch Balm. Yeah, you'll love it. And they're a great little company. I met the owner, Linda, at H&H, and she's just lovely. And they give you a lot of free stuff uh when you um when you buy something. And I just recently did a wholesale order with them right before Christmas, um and they were like, well, what do you want for extras? Do you want some samples, or do you want this, or do you want that? And I was like, just whatever, I'll take whatever. You don't throw anything extra in, like you already pay me, I get I have an affiliate link, so I get a little, you know, I get a little cut when you buy through my link, and it's it's one of the best affiliate links I've got. I'll say that. And oh, you're so welcome. And so they sent me these little like window clings, and with these positive messages on them. Oh, thanks for the roses. And they were just really sweet. It was really sweet. So it looks like I got an entire, because when I started, I was halfway through row two on the yellow. So it does look like I did a whole stripe. And then after this stripe, I've got 7 left to go, right? Oh, thank you. I've been working on it forever. I'm not going to say I'm sick of it yet, but I'm ready to do something else. I'm going to try and push and hello, Andrew is over on YouTube now. Does the scent remain on your project as you work, or do you not notice it all? The scent is not strong. It is subtle, and when you've put it on and it's wet, is it smells one way, and then when it dries, it smells another way. So I definitely can smell it on here. And I try to remember to put it on in the beginning of the row, and then I have that marker in the middle where I do it again. So but yeah, it is subtle. I think the nicest thing about it is just having the scent as you're working. Amy Bryson says, I placed an order and got a free sample and cool window clings. Does it keep your finger from hiring less? You mean hurting? Um, I my finger does not hurt when the yarn goes over it. Um, but Amy over on YouTube was saying that she doesn't get that uh She doesn't get that indentation on her finger when she uses it. But why is your finger hurting when the yarn goes over it? What's up with that? Okay. Well, nothing should hurt when you crochet, but um is it a friction burn, or what kind of yarn are you crocheting with? And how are you tensioning your yarn over your finger? When I'm crocheting a lot and fast. Well, I crochet a lot and I crochet really fast, and I don't have any pain here. So you have to learn how to tension your yarn, and so that you relax your hands, um, and so that it's loose going over. But I mean, the balm might help. I guess I can't really speak to it, um, because I don't have that problem, and I never use Red Heart, and not because I'm a yarn snob either. I just something happened with them. Um, and so, good night, Amy. So I don't use their yarn. I'm not opposed to other people using it. It's just not yarn that I choose. I think their ombre, the Red Heart ombre, is it works up really nice in the 6-day blankets. Sometimes if I do it for a couple hours, it does, and I don't like Red Heart. It's not soft. Yeah. They're Furls Odyssey hooks. May they rest in peace. They discontinued them. Yeah, I don't know, like Lar and Sunshine's creation. Like, I don't know how new you all are to crochet, but you know, try to create some healthy habits for holding your yarn and keeping it nice and loose. Hi, I'm making this 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket, and thank you. I'm 26. I've been doing it since I was about 8 when my nanny taught me. Aw, that's nice. So you're not a newbie to crochet. You've been doing it a lot, and your finger hurts when you do a lot of when you crochet a lot. And you could try the stitch balm. It just, like I said, I can't speak to it because I don't have that issue, but it makes sense that it would help it glide, you know. Furls Odyssey, yes. They don't make them anymore. You have to get them from one of the swap groups, which I only know of one on Facebook. They had discontinued them and they had their last restock, like, I don't know, early November. If you crochet just like me, you will love the Odyssey. In addition to being a crochet designer, I am also a somatic movement therapist. And so I use only ergonomic hooks, and I, practice and teach, um, how things to practices that will help keep hands healthy. I feel like I'm saying the same words over and over again. Um, yeah, I engage in somatic practices, which are meant to, keep me crocheting for the rest of my life without injury. And so I only use ergonomic hooks. And the Furls, this one is the one that I love. It's a good one, but they're not making it anymore. So hopefully I will never lose them all. And I'll always have an Odyssey to crochet with, but if they don't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to find something else, but I really love these hooks. I do it on and off, and I have ADHD, so I go through hyperfixation stages. Well, in my opinion, that is all the more reason to, bring some mindfulness into your work, because when you're hyperfixated, sometimes you're not realizing that you're doing something to hurt your body, because you just kind of zero in on what you're doing and you kind of get lost in it. And I don't want to say dissociate, but I definitely know I've done that, when I'm really like hyper fixated on a project, right? But that's all the more reason to, like, use your crochet as a mindfulness practice and be aware of your body, be aware of sensations, be aware of pain, and don't just work um, through it. And I mean, I was a dancer for most of my life, so I know that any movement that you do can be, it can be ingrained in your muscle memory. So that's why I try to, like, have, like, have practices that I do that after a while they become a habit, like the lay it down and admire it, like that is just something I pretty much do at the end of every round or row a lot of the time, and it's a habit. Another habit I have, worked consciously, developed, is taking a deep breath when I pull my yarn. Because you don't want to sit there and hold your breath, right? Crochet is the only thing that keeps my attention and keeps me calm. I crave it. I know. I love crochet. I remember being at a retreat one time, like a personal growth retreat, and I was like, all I want to do right now is crochet. Like, that is all I can think about. uh, Ragin' Renee says, I desperately need the details for that hook. It's the Furls Odyssey, and they unfortunately don't make them anymore, but you can buy them. You can buy it on the the secondhand market. There's a Facebook group that sells them, but you're going to pay more for them than the original cost. I found myself holding my breath lately, and I didn't even know why. It's extremely common, especially if you have anxiety. And I mean, I think you did mention that you have ADHD, so that goes along with it. And this hyperfixation is like, it's just like, it's all the things I'm talking about here. I missed a stitch, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I missed one. It's all the things I'm talking about. It's like you're getting lost in your crochet, and that's great, but you're forgetting about your body. Your finger hurts and you're not breathing. It's like I forget Furls, 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 Odyssey. It's like I forget everything. Even that's the hyperfixation. Yep. So these, I don't know if you all were here when I mentioned this before, every third Tuesday of the month. So next Tuesday, I have a self-care, a somatic crochet meeting where I talk about this stuff. And I teach breathing and I teach stretches for crocheters. and I teach mindfulness for crochet, and we talk about all this stuff and do little practices to help you be more mindful and bodyful. I like the word bodyfulness because you can be mindful and forget you have a body. You know, that's no good. That's Sunshine's creation. That's not what you need. You need bodyfulness because you're forgetting to breathe and you're hurting your finger, you know? So you need bodyfulness. You need to be aware of your body when you're crocheting and not, you know, get lost. And I totally get it because it's, you know, that's how I live. I get lost in my crochet. But it's a great place to get lost. You need bodyfulness, yes. Well, that's somatic. Somatic means body oriented. And some of the other things I talk about are like, you know, intentionality in your projects. And some of the ladies that are in my membership where we talk about these things all the time, they have been crocheting for, you know, decades. And they're like, I enjoy my projects more. Like, I have more intention in what I choose to do and how I choose to crochet, and I get a lot more joy out of it. So that's the end game. Furls hook Amazon. Well, Amazon AY says Furls hook Amazon have it. So there's the Odyssey, and then they have like these streamlines. They still carry them. I have a few of those, but they're not the same as the Odyssey. Crocheting and reading are my top favorite hobbies. Both take me to another land. I know. I used to read a lot more. I want to get back into reading more. I don't know when I stopped listening to music. There was a point in time where I stopped listening to music. I think I just got bored with all the music that I was listening to. I wasn't feeling inspired by anything anymore. And in September, my sister and I, when she was younger, I used to take her to see Peter Gabriel. We went to see Peter Gabriel, and he is 74, and he just released an album after 20 years. And I am so inspired. First of all, I think the album is a masterpiece, but mostly I am so inspired by this person that continued to create into their 70s. And I feel like I just thought, what an amazing life it must have been to have, you know, made music and just stayed on this one, you know, track of for an entire life, a creative track. I think it takes a lot of courage to be a creative person. You know, people are always trying to get you to do something more practical with your life and with your, you know, with yourself. And just to be able to be, you know, a creative and and focus on that, not as a side gig, not as secondary, not as a hobby, but just like devote your life to creating in a certain medium. I mean, oof. I was a dancer for most of my life, but I was always like, well, I have to do these other things so that I can dance. It took me a really long time to be like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dance, and that's that. Wanda says, I'm 72 and a beginner crocheting. Well, welcome. It's the most wonderful hobby. and you're on TikTok, and there are a lot of young people here crocheting too. People used to, say, oh, you knit, you crochet, like that's for old ladies, but that is not the vibe over here on TikTok at all. There's a lot of young people over here crocheting, a lot of young people doing it. It is definitely not, I don't think it ever really was for old people, but that's the stereotype. But it's a wonderful hobby at any age. It's really good for stress relief and anxiety relief and all those things. All those things. Mental health. We are young at heart. It's calming, yes. And remember to breathe. Because it's not going to be calming to your body if you're holding your breath. If you're holding your breath, you're sending your body these unconscious anxiety signals. I have a friend who hurt her finger while crocheting. She found a tension ring, now no issues. That company that makes those tension rings sent me some, and could not, I could not, I could not use them. They did not work for me. So there's no one right way. But if you are in pain, if your finger hurts from crocheting, you need to change your grip. You need to change something. Yeah, I couldn't use it. I think I gave them to somebody. I don't remember what even happened to them. I was like, I'm sending these back. They wanted me to make a video with them, and I was just like, no. Okay, so I have a really bad habit, and it is detention with these two fingers. This is really bad, um, because it's shortening these tendons and so on under here. So, a, a good a good habit to try and develop is to wrap around your pinky or run the yarn up over your fingers like that so that you can open your hand. Okay, so that's one thing. All right, and then this is a fascia tool. It's called a face blaster, and it's not cheap. So I have these. I think I have these. Oh, I don't think I have an affiliate link for these anymore. um I'm working on it, but this is the oil that I use. You can really use any oil you want, but this is the one that I like because it's not super super oily. Okay, and then you use this, and you, you use this on the fascia. See where it's getting red? That's where it's tight. Okay, so engage in some self-care. Invest in some self-care tools for your body if you want to do this. So if you have tension here because you're holding this finger up, learn to relax it. Okay, learn to relax your hands as you're crocheting and keep your hands soft. That's why you need an ergonomic hook. Okay, so I use this on my hand. I already did it once on this live, but I use this on my hands during and after every session. All right, so if you have pain, here from the pinky finger, oh, I can feel it. So the fascia is the connective tissue around the muscles and around, it's like This is gross, but it's like when you, thank you. I don't know what's happening, but thank you very much. It's like the, when you make chicken and it has a little, like the membrane, that's fascia. Okay, so I can feel it under here where it's tight from me. All right, so this will help. And there are other tools. This one is not cheap. I think these cost like, I don't know, $50, $40. It's a specialized tool. Just oh, your live goal is complete. Oh, thank you so much. So now I have to stand up and stretch. Um, so this is a good thing to use. All right. So we have that. My live goal is complete. That's so great. That never happens. So I'm just gonna stretch a little bit because that's what I said I would do if my live goal was completed. Oh, thank you, Danny. Appreciate it. Once every hour, you should get up out of your chair. And that's what I usually use these timers for. I'll set it for like 60 minutes. And then when it goes off, I get up. Is it better for the projects to sit at a table or just wherever? No. It is best to sit with your back up straight or stand. If you can stand and crochet, good for you. But yeah, you if you have pain from sitting, I would get one of these, and this is just like a little task timer. Okay, and so when you turn it to 60 minutes or whatever, then it'll go off after 60 minutes, and then I'll get up and move. But yeah, in terms of posture, you should have your arms propped up and on something soft, like they have those gamer pillows that I think would be really great. And the idea is to bring the work up closer to eye level so you're not bent over, so you're sitting up straight. I don't have one of those boppy pillows, but I just prop myself up with pillows, and the arms of my chair are really soft. So you can use pillows that you have, just regular throw pillows or whatever. Put them under your arms so that your shoulders are not working to help you. If you have shoulder and neck pain, if you're holding your shoulders up using your muscles, put pillows underneath your arms so that you can so that your arms are supported on something soft. And you never want to lean on something hard like this with like this part of your I burnt myself, but you never want to lean on something hard on that part of your elbow or your arm. You will end up with a lot of pain. So that's why I have these memory foam things that I lean on here to prevent. So I have two of them. That's my somatic practice. And then I get up and I move and I remember to breathe, and I use that fascia tool. And the absolute most important thing I would say is, if you are in pain, that you should stop. Don't keep going. Stop. It's so important. Don't just keep going through pain. And then another thing I have is one of those infrared healing pads, and I use that at night. I put my wrist in there, and I roll it up and I put my wrist in, and I just ordered, and it is here, but I haven't like unboxed it yet. But it's one of those it's like, it looks like a big mitten that you put your hand in, and it's the infrared for your hand. About memory foam thingy that goes over my lap. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Most lives people are just selling things. I know TikTok is a mess right now. A lot of things are a mess. I used to have all those things in my I do have them in my Amazon storefront. All the things I just talked about and some other stuff like these. If you are in pain, I use these fightin' dots. They're in my Amazon store, and they're just like little titanium dots that you stick on your body. And they cost like um I don't know, cost like $12 for a pack of like 70 of them. Going to get a compression thing for my wrist. I don't recommend those, to be honest, because if you need a compression thing for your wrist because you're in pain, you should not be crocheting. I feel like people just put stuff, compression gloves or compression um wrist things on, and they just keep going, and they don't, and that's fine, but you have to correct whatever is causing pain. You have to be preventative. I mean, all the stuff that I teach is preventative stuff. A lot of what I see other people teaching are things that they learned after they became injured, stuff that their physical therapist told them to do or their orthopedic surgeon told them to do. But most of what I teach is preventative. And knock on wood, I have been crocheting for almost 50 years, and I've never had tendonitis or any. I've never. The only time I had to stop, I had neuropathy, but it was not from. It was from lipedema. It was not from overuse, but I've never had an overuse injury in my hands or arms. Okay, let me see. I have MS. Oh, I'm so sorry. The three sticks in front of me are called Scented Stitches Aromatherapy Stitch Balm. You put the balm on your finger and right where you tension the yarn, and it smells nice. It makes the yarn and the project smell nice. And I don't know how long it's a subtle smell that goes into the project, and it smells really nice when you're working on it, and I don't know what happens when you wash it. I would get one of those infrared Sunshine's Creation. I would recommend one of those infrared pads for you because they don't get really hot. Somebody said I'm not going to put heat on it, but they don't get really hot. And I would put your arm in it at night for like 30 minutes. I know I would lose my mind if I couldn't crochet too. That's why I really take care of my body. Tendonitis in my right arm from that dang circular knitting. Oh my God. I had one of those and I did not enjoy it, so I stopped. The Scented Stitches Stitch Balm is in my bio link if y'all want it. And then the other products that I talked about are in my Amazon storefront. Oh, hey, Butterfly Fam. I saw you ask before, but I wasn't sure if you were still here. It's the 6-day Ridgy Didge blanket. It's pre-released in my membership community. I check my Amazon storefront for the somatic crochet items. And then if you'd like to come to one of my somatic crochet meetings, they're free. They're on the third Tuesday of every month. And the link, I'm pretty sure the link that I put it in my link tree. I don't remember though. It's on my website. I think you can just do somaticcrochet.com and it'll come up. Somatic, Somatic, somatic crochet. These are great if you have pain. I started using these when I was in graduate school. I was a dance major in Hawaii, and I went to the University of Hawaii and studied dance, so I have an MFA in dance, and I started using these there. They're called Phiten, Phiten, and they're just little stickers, and you I don't know how they work. They have something to do with your bioelectricity, and they just increase the bioelectric activity and increase the blood flow and healing vibes or whatever in the area where you stick them. So you can stick them anywhere in your body. You can stick as many on there as you want, and you will forget that you put it on, and you can they stay on for like 2 or 3 days depending on how much you shower, or sweat, and you will forget that you had it on, and you'll find it in the laundry. You'll find it stuck to your clothes later, but they're really good for pain, and they're cheap. um they are like a little pack. This is just part of a pack, but I think the pack has 70 in it, and it costs like, I don't know, like $12, $15, something like that. And so I have packs of them that I've had forever. But they're really good for pain. We used to put them all over our feet and ankles and everywhere when I was in grad school and I was dancing. They're just really good for pain. So I would do something like that. Oh, you'll love it. You will love them. Thank you. Thanks very much, Butterfly. Well, another reason I don't recommend compression gloves is because I have lipedema, so my hands swell. So if I were to wear a compression glove on, let's say, from here to here, you would start to see the fluid back up above the glove. So if I were to, I'm supposed to wear compression on my arms all the time, but honestly, I don't like wearing it because then my hands get puffy. So I would like need to wear the gloves and then the full sleeve, just because of my lipedema. But if you don't have lipedema and compression gloves help you, that's great. I personally think if you're in pain, you should not be crocheting. You should wait. I would get the infrared heating pad or some of those fighting dots, and I would do that until my hands felt better. If I have any kind of, when I crochet here at this desk for a long time, sometimes I get like pain down in here or like pinches. And I just, at night when I go to bed, I will put that infrared um, thing on my arm. And it has a timer on it. So I set the timer for 30 minutes because I don't want to be all night with something like that on my arm and possibly burn myself in my sleep or something like that. So I just do it for 30 minutes and put it, it's flat, but I like wrap it around up in a tube and I stick my arm in there and I let it go for 30 minutes and I fall asleep. And at some point in, in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping, I must chuck it across the room or whatever. Um, and then if I, usually whatever discomfort or pain that I had is gone in the morning. But I'll just use it for 30 minutes at a time when I'm just sitting meditating or watching TV, not crocheting or whatever. I'll just sit there with it on for like 20-30 minutes. And any kind of pain that I have is usually gone after using that once or twice. But y'all have got to take care of your bodies. You have to take care of your bodies and don't wait until you're already in pain. And if you are, if you do have pain, don't ignore it. Oh, Andrew, the timers are in my Amazon storefront. It comes with two of them. You're welcome, my dear. They have different colors too. That gray memory foam thing you have in your Amazon for somatic is what I have. Do you mean the gamer pillow? I haven't bought one for myself yet, but I have some things in there that other people have that I know have bought and use. But usually I don't affiliate with stuff I haven't tried and used. Yeah. Do you like it? Does that work for you? You love it. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, I think with me too, like I wear progressive lenses, so I have to look through the bottom of the lenses in order to see my crochet. So that's one reason why I'm not like I don't have my head down all the time because my glasses have the lens at the very bottom that I need to look through. So it helps me keep my head straight, but that's very important. You want to keep your neck and back straight as you're working, and you don't want to be hunched over. Somebody was on one of my lives one time and they said, I have the posture of a shrimp. And I was like, oh dear, that's not good. That is not good. You want to straighten up. And then another good thing to do is like at night when you go to bed, put some pillows under your upper back or like a rolled up blanket or towel, like going this way under your spine, and just lay on that and let the front of your body open up. Let your body arch back and let it open up this way, and just don't like force yourself to stretch or anything like that. Just lie there on that pillow, get your infrared, you know, set it for 30 minutes and just lie like that for, 20 minutes, 10 minutes even. Um, it might, 30 minutes might be a lot if you're not used to doing that. So just like set a timer for 10 minutes. Put your meditation on or your favorite song or whatever. And, just let your body relax and open up. Let your chest open up, let your spine open up. Um, when we crochet and we have our arms in front of us and everything here in the front gets really tight and we get overstretched in our back. And this is not just crocheters, it's just very common. A lot of us work on computers or we do a lot of gaming, and we just have our arms in front of us all the time. So our backs get kind of stretched out and weak, and the fronts of our chests get tight. So just, put yourself in a little restorative yoga posture with the towel on your spine, and lie back and do your infrared pad and just, chill out for like 20 minutes before you drift off to dreamland. I work in the medical field scheduling. Oh goodness. Well, you probably really need that posture a lot. I think I said I was doing one more row like 3 or 4 rows ago. No, 2 rows ago. Yeah. Wow. Well, rows 2, 3, and 4 are like super fast, so I like doing them. Oop, there goes my camera, so I guess I'm done. My overhead. I'm not even going to finish this row. I'm just going to stop. I said I was going to stop a while ago, so I might as well stop. And I'll just mark this. Where's the hook? I hear it. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go, YouTube. I have 7 stripes to go after this one I'm working on now, which I have 2 more rows on. 2 more rows to do. Let me flip it over and do the Ridgy Didge side. It's too big. There we go. Oops. Oh, I don't want to show my nails on my bad hand because I got I'm going to go get that taken care of tomorrow. So even my good hand looks bad because I need a fill so bad. Good grief. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been real. And hopefully I'll be back. I probably won't be back tomorrow because I'll be too tired from going to town. But hopefully I'll be back this week at least 1 or 2 more times or 3 more times. Let's get this blanket done. Whoop, whoop. Bye.